Hi, DW Oil Hub. It's Krista Krogan of Heartland Oilers. And I'm going to take a few minutes to share with you some thoughts about upline support and the concern that some people have that maybe they can't get their business off the ground because they don't have anybody local to them to help them get started. And so I have some personal experiences that I want to share with you. And, I also want to share that we on my team, I don't think we experience concerns about upline because we try to instill that it's not to be concerned with what the people above you are doing as far as your upline. That's when I'm pointing up, I'm referring to upline. It's not about what they're doing, it's about what you're doing for yourself to help your team grow. Okay, and so the question, help! I can't get started because I don't have any upline support. Let me share my story. So I got started, and I got started with a person who is not local to me. In fact, they're at least 3 hours away, and I just was, I never really had the thought of how am I going to do? I can't do this. I'm not even going to try this because there's nobody here to help me. I just had this thought, I'm going to give this a try in my community. It's new. At that time it seemed new. It wasn't, but I had never heard of it. And so I just thought I'm going to give this a go myself. Now my upline support, Britta Dimler, did reach out to me and offered support as far as doing a webinar type of class for me, or maybe a Skype situation. Like she would Skype herself in and then I would pass the oils, which is an excellent suggestion. It's an awesome solution, and it's one that I offer to people as well. But for me, I just wasn't comfortable with that. I thought, if I'm gonna own this business, I really need to be the one teaching it. And I think that's what the bottom line is here. You need to own your own business. Now, that's not to say that when upline support is offered, that's not to say you turn it down. You don't have to turn it down like I did. But just consider it a blessing that they're offering that to you, but don't have expectations of what people above you are going to do. So she offered that opportunity to me and I turned it down. I just said, no, I'm just going to do this myself. Now, granted, that first class was messy. It was not good. It did not go well. But I really felt like I needed to have that experience to learn from it and grow, so that I could start to teach my own classes, okay? So, and we are so blessed in this team. If you're watching this, you're on this team, you have somebody above you that absolutely is willing to help you get started no matter where they are, okay? So you can do this. There's lots and lots of resources out there. There's books to read. There's great information out there. You just got to go find it so that you can grow this thing yourself, okay? So another type of person that I think of in my head is maybe somebody that got started already and maybe is struggling and maybe is in a bit of a slump. Their business is lulling a little bit. And so then as they try to decide, why is this not growing? I think attention can be misdirected at upline. And I'm going to be real with you. I feel like this is just excuse making. If you are saying, well, I've been doing this for a while. Gosh, I've been doing this for 2 months and, it must be my upline. My upline's not helping me. I feel like that's a scapegoat and you're placing blame on someone who really does not have the impact or really does not have the authority to make the change. Who has that authority to make the change? You do. All right? So I'm going to encourage you to not look up when you're trying to figure out why are things not going so well right now. To piggyback on that thought, 2 months is not enough time. Okay, you need to give it way longer than that. But I'm even talking, somebody that's been doing this for, a year or more. It's still about what you're doing, and it's not about what your upline is not doing for you, or at least what you perceive that they are not doing for you, okay? So it's really about ownership. Are you owning your own business? If you are, it's up to you to educate yourself and find the resources for yourself and your team, which can come from upline support, but that can also come from crossline support. And there's lots of great resources out there, okay? So you absolutely can do this. You just have to decide that you want to and decide to own it, okay? Another thought on this is strategic placement. So we're building legs. And as I'm enrolling new people, it does not make any sense for me to continue to put them on my level 1. I need them in my legs because I need my legs to grow. So I think there's often concern out there or wondering, how come my upline is not placing people under me? Okay? There's lots of factors that go into this, but ultimately what you're doing is you're looking up again when you really need to be looking in and down at your team. You can do nothing about what your upline decides to do with their organization, okay? So why put the worry towards that? That just takes up energy. Why would you do that? Don't worry about that. I will tell you, I have never, ever in my almost 4 years had one person placed on my team from above me. All right? So that is not a factor to your success. Yes, I do strategic placement, as I've already mentioned why. And it's, there's more to the decision than you may realize. I spent a lot of time thinking about it, praying about it to make the decision, where is this new person going to be best suited? It could be a location thing. I've got a team in Lincoln, so when I have a Lincoln contact enroll, I often am going to put them with somebody on the Lincoln squad, so that way they do have local support if it's needed. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying local support is not important. It's very nice to have because it helps provide a sense of community, so I might do that. I also am looking at my own organization and growth. And so if I need somebody in another leg to help our entire organization move forward, I might put them there. Another thought that I have a person in mind. She's joined my organization and she is killing it. What's great about her, I've strategically placed under her, and I'm going to keep strategically placing under her when it seems fitting, because she contacts those people. I have been amazed and in awe. I mean, I place people under her and she reaches out to them and establishes relationships. So that goes into my thinking as well, as far as where am I going to put people? So there's lots of different factors, and it's not something that you should take personal. It should never be taken personal. This is all business. But let me just end by reminding, it's not about up, it's about in. Think about yourself and what you're doing and how you can make changes in your organization. And you will grow, I promise. So there's lots of support in DW Oil Hub. So if you're ever needing to, just bounce ideas, I would love to visit with you if you want to share any thoughts with me or questions or anything like that. Even if you're not in my organization, I love to help crossline friends as well. So I hope this has been informative and helpful, and maybe has changed some people's ways of thinking that they need to own their own business. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you have a fantastic day wherever you may be, and keep sharing the oily love. Bye-bye.